For decades, Johnny Cash kept one chapter of his life locked away, not out of bitterness, but out of loyalty. The world saw him and Elvis Presley as towering legends of American music. But behind the headlines was a friendship far more complicated than anyone realized. It began in Memphis, 1954. A teenage Elvis was performing on a flatbed truck outside a drugstore, singing the same two songs to a screaming crowd of 300 girls. Cash, newly signed to Sun Records, stood in that audience, watching history unfold. He didn't know it yet, but that moment would shape both their lives. Soon after, Elvis invited Johnny and his wife, Vivian, to a tiny club called the Eagle's Nest. Only about 15 people showed up that night, but Elvis performed like he was headlining Madison Square Garden. What struck Johnny most wasn't the hips or the voice. It was the guitar. Elvis could truly play. His raw rhythm on "That's All Right" was electric. Cash would later say you didn't want to hear anything else. As Elvis's fame exploded, something unexpected happened. He began promoting Johnny's music everywhere he went. On tour buses, in cafes, at jukeboxes across the South, Elvis played "Cry, Cry, Cry" and told people, "The whole world will know Johnny Cash. He's a friend of mine." That included June Carter, who would later become Cash's wife. In a twist of fate, Elvis helped introduce them through music. Then came December 4th, 1956, at Sun Records. Alongside Carl Perkins and Jerry Lee Lewis, the four legends jammed together in what became known as the $1 Million Quartet. No egos, just music. But fame changes things. Elvis went to Hollywood under Colonel Parker's tight control. Johnny stayed on the road. The distance grew. And privately, there was even jealousy. June's sparkle when Elvis's name came up never went unnoticed. When Elvis died in 1977, Johnny didn't chase cameras. He honored his friend quietly, defending him against gossip and remembering the young man with a guitar, not the caricature the world created. Cash's final reflections weren't scandalous. They were human. Two dreamers started together. Only one got to keep evolving. The other became frozen in time. And that's the truth Johnny protected for decades. If you love uncovering the real stories behind Hollywood's most complicated friendships and rivalries, subscribe to Classic Hollywood Feuds and hit the notification bell. Because behind every legend, there's a story they never meant to tell.